Pass is caught, but there's a flag.
14, Tony Kwanaki. There's a flag.
There's a flag down. Yeah, there's a flag down. Five yards on Northern Burlington. Sorry about that, folks. We had some technical difficulties, but we are back now.
5-yard penalty from the previous spot.
So 1st and 15 for Northern Burlington. We did miss we have the pick recorded for the Greyhounds, but it was not on the air as we were experiencing technical difficulties at that time. Apologies to all of our viewers for that. Handoff. Gonna get them those 5 yards back, maybe a little bit short of it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hang on now. A little bit of a scuffle at the end there, but Cherry Hill West leads 14-13 over Northern Burlington.
2nd and 12 for the Greyhounds.
Second and 12. Gordon play fakes. Caught by Kaunaki, and he's down at the 25.
Pass complete to number 14, Tony Kaunaki. Third and 4.
Let's go, defense! Let's go! Push them back, boys! Let's go! Watch that wide side up the edge!
Third and 4. Gordon hands off to the left side. Ball is loose. I think that's going to stay in Northern Burlington's possession. It goes back to Northern Burlington.
Play results in a Northern Burlington first down.
And actually, it's enough for a first down for the Greyhounds.
Let's go, Rhino!
9:30 left in the third quarter. Borden caught, and trapping it is Wilkerson. Going to set up a second down at about 6. Pitched back to the right side, getting a good run here, breaking free. It's a Northern Burlington touchdown.
Touchdown, Northern Burlington.
Number 6, Andrew Reynolds. And the Greyhounds retake the lead, and it's going to be 19-14 in favor of the Greyhounds.
Number 17, Tim Williver, in to attempt the extra point.
Williver kicks. Kaunaki. That's up. It's away, and it's good. PAT works out, and it's 20-14 in favor of the Greyhounds. We'll be right back.
Northern Burlington 20, Cherry Hill West. Back for West to receive the kickoff, number 7, Jordan Barrios. And number
Barrios
11,
to receive
Downey.
for West. Northern Burlington with the touchdown. They lead by 6. Williver with a low-hanging kick. It's going to get a good bounce out to Barrios, or rather out to number 11. Keon Downey. He's not going to go down. He stepped out. He stepped out at about the 30. But still incredible field position for the West. That was great right there. They just executed that perfectly. It looked like he almost booted the kick return too. That was a Cordarrelle Patterson kind of play. You take any path possible, you find a hole, and it works perfectly.
Start 1st and 10 from the Northern Burlington 23-yard line.
Wow, they're going to start it from the 23. It looked like he stepped out about at the 30.
I don't know. I don't quite
I think that they probably should have moved that back a little bit from our angle.
Stepped out at least around the 35-yard line, in between the 30-35-yard line, so I don't know.
Handoff up the middle, and Baker almost broke free.
West handoff goes number 5, Hayden Baker. Gain of 3 on the play, 2nd down.
By the way, hold on. We've got a run by Baker,
Number 5, Baker,
and he is
carries
down
4
inside the 20. Some out-of-town scores. The Millville Thunderbolts the St. Augustine Hermits lead the Millville Thunderbolts 7-0 in the second quarter. And at the end of the first quarter, Kingsway leads the Vineland Fighting Clan 6-0.
down for the line.
And at the end of the first quarter, the Pleasantville Bulldogs lead the Pleasantville leads Glassboro 7-0. It was a great game last night that Josh Friedman of the Courier-Post was at. He ended up going to Paul Sixth and Seneca. It was an excellent game. 27-28 was the final in favor of Paul Sixth. Gonzalez is going to take this himself. He's got some room, spinning around, and he's down.
Carries the ball. For a West first down.
First down for the West. Baker's got a handoff. We're going to hang on to it, but it's going to be short. It's still first and goal for West.
Second down.
5:55 left in the third.
Ooh.
Baker's got some room, but he's going to get swallowed up
Takes a stab and keeps it for
again
West.
inside the 5.
What happened now? Timeout or something? No.
Timeout called.
Officials timeout on the field.
Oh, no, hold on. We've got a injured player for Cherry Hill West. Clock's going to be stopped at 5:27. Cherry Hill West player still down on the field. 5:27 left in the third. He's going to get back up, walking pretty gingerly. That's number 62, Colin Rourke, the sophomore. Luckily, he is going to walk off the field under his own power. Late switch for the visitors. Again inside their 5. Oh, they're going to pitch this one back for the flea flicker. Touchdown, West! Oh, my goodness! Taking inspiration from Nick Foles and Trey Burton. I think they just pulled off the Philly special. That is the greatest touchdown I have ever seen. Well, maybe not the greatest touchdown I've ever seen. Maybe that's stretching a little bit, but one of the greatest touchdowns we've seen in a long time. And it's a tie game. That looked exactly like the Philly special. Oh, my goodness.
You talk about their coaching staff going out on a limb with that play.
They got creative.
Very creative, and that's what wins games. That's what wins games.
Vanilla kicks. It's going to be short. It's going to be low, and this is going to keep the game tied. It's 20-20, and so is hindsight. We'll take a quick break.
Cherry Hill West 20. Fifth, and number 7, Hill.
Well, Cherry Hill West just pulled off one of the most creative games, one of the creative, excuse me, I'm still in disbelief. One of the most creative moves I've ever seen to score a TD, and it's going to tie the game at 20-20. This one's going to bounce, and it's actually going to take a hard right turn and roll out, and a late flag, but that's going to be because of the kick rolling out of bounds.
Goes out of bounds.
So, yeah, penalty's going to be on West for that kicking out of bounds. But, I mean, the most shocking thing about it all is that that's actually a really smart play by Northern Burlington there because he waited on it. Usually a lot of these guys on the kickoff, they like to pounce on the ball. That was perfect execution there by the Greyhounds to keep that one in check. They're going to line this one up from their own 35. Quick handoff to the left side. Out to Wilkerson, and he's going to be down.
Handoff goes number 9, Jordan Wilkerson. Loss of a few of the play, second down.
That's some good, steady wind. That's why he doesn't stop.
.430 left in the quarter. Borden rolling out to the right. He's still scrambling. He's going to pass wide open, but they're going to call it incomplete.
Intended for number 14, Tony Kwanaki.
Well, let's be honest. Konaki made the catch, but it just wasn't called a catch because that's the right call. I know that sounded a really convoluted statement to say, but yeah, I mean, look, ball went in his hands, just didn't have the feet down, and that's what you need. Now, I believe that high school rules are the same as college rules to where you only need 1 foot down instead of 2. Now, I may be completely wrong on that. I haven't read the NJSIAA yearbook in a long time, if ever, so could be 100% wrong on that, but from the history of what I've seen some officials call, or all officials call, I believe that is the rule. Borden dropping back. Lines a pass, and it's dropped by Wilkerson. Just took a bad bounce.
Fourth down for Northern Burlington. Officials timeout.
And there's another hurt West player on the field here at the 40, or at the 30-yard line rather. Well, they already had the issue with Brandon Luong, who was injured earlier in the game. Cherry Hill West athletic staff attending to, I think that's number 15, Derek Hughes. There's something out on the field at the 30-ish yard line. I'm trying to figure out what that is. It's some purple thing. I don't know if it's a piece of trash or what, but it's kind of glowing at the 27-yard line. I just don't know exactly what was going on there, but actually, that is number 55, Jonathan Valentine. That is down because Hughes is up and ready to go. Yeah, they're still attending to him, so we are going to take a quick break while they attend to Hughes, or rather to Valentine, and we'll be right back. Garden State Pet Center is an independently owned, full-service pet store. Our specialty is promoting companionship between people and animals by providing the healthiest product choices available, including all-natural foods, supplements that support and relieve health issues, and innovative products for pet parents. Our goal is to provide our customers with a relaxing environment, and while we're not striving to be the biggest store on the East Coast, we're striving to be the best. No other pet store will make you feel at home like we do. At Garden State Pet Center, we view pets as members of the family. We don't believe in fast, high-pressure sales, but instead matching up the right pet with the right owners, as you are making a lifelong commitment. Together with our team members, we would like your visit to our store to be both enjoyable and educational. Simply drop in and take a look around. View the birds, reptiles, small animals, toys, food, cages, and miscellaneous items. Learn of the services we have to offer and decide for yourself if this is the store you'd like to call your home away from home.
Victor Santucci, owner of Garden State Pet Center. Visit us today at 226 South Whitehorse Pike in Audubon, New Jersey. We're open 7 days a week for all of your pets' needs.
20-20 here, 4:12 left in the third quarter. An injured player, that being number 55, Jonathan Valentine. Northern Burlington's going to punt this one away. Taken into the 40. Fair catch called by Jordan Barrios. Taken away by number 22, Bailey O'Malley, the junior. And that's going to make it 1st and 10 for West. Gonzalez in the shotgun, handoff to Baker. He's got some room. He's going to get about 5 yards after forward progress, and he'll be down.
Gain of 2 in play, 2nd down.
Second and actually about 8. I overestimated there on the forward progress as Gonzalez in the shotgun again. They're going to run the same play over. This time Baker to the left. There's a flag. And he'll be down. We'll see what the flag is all about.
There's a flag on the play.
They're going to talk this one over. Holding on the offense. That's going to knock him back 10 yards for 2nd and long. Speaking of long, this first half was very long, about an hour and 6 minutes. But like we said, the Palmyra-Gloucester Catholic game, that was an hour and 17 minutes in the first half. I think the entire broadcast was 2 hours, 51 minutes, which for baseball we're used to.
Yeah.
But for something like this, we are not. They're going to line this one up. 2nd and 18 from their own 32. Gonzalez going to try to let it fly here. Oh, big hit on the O-line. He's still on his feet. He's got room. He's going to let this one fly, and it's caught. Is it complete? It is. To number 7, Jordan Barrios. Well, when you're a mobile quarterback like Gonzalez is, and you've got all the time in the world to make a pass like that, You better deliver.
I mean, it's
Because if you're just running around back and forth, then you're not a football player. You're a track star.
Well, yeah, a lot of people, they don't realize that what it takes when you're being chased by two guys to keep calm and keep your eyes downfield, and that's exactly what Gonzalez did. And there you go, a perfect pickup on the other end.
And Manny Signs, one of the D linemen for the Greyhounds, he pushed over Hayden Baker, but he still stayed on his feet. I think he went through like one or two different breakthroughs and shakedowns. He got it all. Gonzalez. Oh, that one is going to be incomplete.
Pass ball incomplete, intended for number 7, Jordan
Almost
Berrios.
picked up by Kai Sallard Franconi, but not going to work there. Looks like 4th and about 9, actually. They're going to bring up the special teams unit.
For the Cherry Hill West 41-yard line.
Gonzalez. Punting from the 30. He's got a good leg on that one. But it takes a spin to the right, and it's going to land out at the 35. Northern Burlington's going to take this one over. Boy, it's going to be exciting if Northern Burlington and Cherry Hill West can keep this game tied after 3. I mean, really, the Greyhounds and Lions have had an incredible game. Question is, can they keep the momentum going? And who knows, after tonight, this could be a DWB Classic for all we know. This is an excellent game, to say the least. They're going to take this one over again from their own 35. Pitched back to the left. Getting out of play towards the pylon. Finally, the whistle's blown.
Number 11, Elias Smith. After the penalty, Northern Burlington will have 1st and 10.
Oh, excuse me. I didn't see that there was a penalty on the play, but that's going to move up Northern Burlington up to the opposite 45. I did not see that. My apologies there for me missing that. Handoff. Stays inside the 10-yard boundary. That's going to get him to the 40.
Northern Burlington.
They're going to try it again. Hand off to Kaunacki, and he's going to get down. It's going to be 3rd down.
And off again against number 14, Tony Kaunacki for Northern Burlington. 3rd down.
Got a good action shot there. Plane flying over. Oh, that's a UPS plane. Okay. Maybe some of our new equipment is on its way. Under 30 seconds left in the quarter. And there's a flag. It's going to stop the clock at 20.4. And it's going to be a false start on the offense. That's going to knock him back 5 yards. That's going to be great for Cherry Hill West. I don't think we've had a single game this year where the score was tied going into the fourth quarter. I don't even think that was the case with Cherry Hill East and Triton, if I recall correctly. That's the end of the third quarter, and we are tied, all knotted up, 20-20. We'll be right back.
Northern Burlington 20, Cherry Hill.
To 20, the first game of the year for our high school football schedule that has been tied after 3 quarters. Lines a pass out to the right. That one is caught and quickly taken down.
Pass complete to number 9, Jordan Wilkerson. 4th down.
Well, obviously, because we don't have a leader right now, there's no real consensus for a player of the game, but I'll tell you what a play of the game candidate is. Remove the ER. That's going to be that flea flicker, that Philly special in the third quarter. I never thought that somebody would have pulled that one off, but that was one of them. That was just an incredible play from start to finish. 4th and about 6 for Northern Burlington. They're going to send this one away. This is a big boot. Letting it roll. And that's going to be a touchback.
Well, I mean, Dan, what you were saying earlier about the flea flicker, I mean, all that is basically the coaching staff, offensive coordinator have a lot of confidence in his guys out there. I mean, being able to pull off that play, the guy was wide open. They pulled it off perfectly. I mean, kudos to them. I mean, it was awesome.
Can't get much more perfectly executed than that. "11 minutes on the clock in the fourth." This broadcast is brought to you by KP1 Racing Designs. Follow on Twitter today at KP1 Designs. Schedule your own commission to make the stock car or open wheel car of your dreams in virtual reality. Oh, and Cherry Hill West jumped, and he knew it. That was number 58, or excuse me. No, that is number 58. We just don't have a 58 on our roster. Yeah. So that's going to knock him back 5 yards. But you could see on our camera that he saw that he moved, and then he was very self-deprecating in the fact that he knew it was on him. He knew it was his fault, and he took the blame for it. But that's what makes a passionate team, the fact that they know when they've made a mistake. They know when they're in the wrong, and they're willing to admit that. A swarm of Greyhounds, and the ball is returned. No flags, I don't see. A fumble on West. I didn't see a signal yet from the officials. They're going to talk this one over.
Fumbles recovered by Northern Burlington and returned for a Greyhounds.
It is a touchdown. Okay, 26-20. So the fumble return is an easy one for the visitors, and they're going to line up a PAT from Williver. Talk about a gut punch for the home side and for the home crowd and the Lions. Man.
Number 17, Tim Williver.
Williver is going to send this one away. From the PAT distance, they're going to line this one up to make it 27-20. It is up, it's away, and it is good. 27-20, Northern Burlington leads after a miraculous fumble recovery taken into the end zone by Kai Sallard-Franconi. We'll take a quick break, 10:49 left in the ballgame. Garden State Pet Center is...
DJK Roofing is an American-owned company that cares about our customers. We answer the phone 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and offer financing options to keep cash in your pocket. Even in our busiest times, estimates happen within 24 hours if needed. Most jobs can be completed in 1 day. Our measurement techniques ensure accuracy, so there are no extra waste materials when we replace your roof. We treat our home like it's yours. From the biggest to the smallest jobs, the owner will be on site to oversee the operation. Our employees are not permitted to smoke on jobs, and cleanup is so good that it might be cleaner than when we arrived. For all your roofing needs, call DJK Roofing now.
(27-20), Northern Burlington takes the lead. But Cherry Hill West has had an exceptional offense tonight. Don't count them out just yet. Don't count them out till the final whistle.
Number 7, Jordan Barrios. Number 11, Keon Downey, back to receive the kickoff for West.
Again, Williver is going to send this one away. The 6'1", 130-pound senior, class of 24, Williver gets a short one. Oh, hold on. Who's got it? Northern Burlington wants it to go their way.
After the kickoff, West will start first and 10.
Yeah, and Cherry Hill West will take this one back
38-yard line.
from decent field position. That looked deliberate, though. That looked like an onside kick to try to... I mean, they've made it work. They made it work earlier in the ball game. Why not try it again? First and 10 from the 38. If you're just tuning in, you're missing out on a good one. It's 27-20, Northern Burlington over Cherry Hill West. Jordan Gonzalez, the senior, in the shotgun. He's going to let this one fly. He lets it go sky high. Dropped. Oh, my. Intended for Keon Downey. He almost had it. He had to play with that one like a hacky sack, but it falls short, and it's going to be second down. Unbelievable. That was so close to being an incredible play. At the half, by the way, Middle Township leads Clayton 24-0. Pleasantville leads Glassboro 14-8 at the half. And Kingsway leads Vineland 21-0. And at the half, St. Augustine leads Millville 7-0. Gonzalez is going to run. He's got room. And he got swallowed up at midfield. But it should be enough for a first down.
Play results in a Lion first down.
There you go. Cherry Hill West with a first down. For the rest of the season for Cherry Hill West, they play Timber Creek on the 22nd, Seneca on the 29th, Triton on October 6th, Cherry Hill East on the 13th, and then Morristown to close out the season on the 21st. Jordan Gonzalez last year had 323 passing yards, 29 for 59. Had 4 passing touchdowns. He's had 3 this year with 3 interceptions to boot. From the left hash, he's going to hand this one off to Baker, and that's going to be about.
Goes number 5, Hayden Baker.
It's going to go for about 3 yards for second down.
Play, second down.
Don't forget, we go to sleep, wake up tomorrow, and have more football scheduled on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. Collingswood and Overbrook set for 11 a.m. tomorrow from Pine Hill. It'll be fun. We're going to follow that one up right away with the Mid-Atlantic Warriors Slugfest Tournament from Woolwich. It'll be fun. Gonzalez, play fake. It's caught! It's caught! At the 20. He stays up and he's inside the 15. What a catch. Storm McCray. Wow. Storm McCray under sunny skies makes the catch inside the 15.
13-yard line.
And Cherry Hill West is storming right back. This is an energetic ballpark right here. Baker gets some room, but not too far, maybe about 1 or 2 yards.
Gain of 3 on the play, second down.
Gonzalez had 873 passing yards in 2021, 323 in 2022. This year went 9 for 15 in the opener versus Eastern for a total of 1,363 passing yards in his high school career. Here we go again. 2nd and 7. Handoff to Baker. And not going to get too far on that one, if at all, if anywhere. And it's going to be 3rd down. Man. Cherry Hill West has gotten so close so many times. And they are just,
It gets to the point where when you get to a certain score, a field goal isn't going to be enough. You know, when you get these drives and you're this close, you're in the red zone, you need to score a touchdown, especially since you're down by a touchdown.
Yeah, and what's important for these guys is that, they haven't really, they've been on and off with the PATs and with the field goals. So do you take that risk, or do you go with the more stable option of just letting it fly or keeping it on the ground and seeing what sticks? They're inside the 15. They might as well. They're going to pass. Gonzalez with room. He's going to run. He's got room, and he's going to be inside the 5. Question is it a first down? Yeah, there is a flag. Hold on now. A flag at the 25 behind the snap. I think that's going to be holding on the offense from what I'm seeing and hearing. Holding on the offense. Oh, man. All that momentum is going to be rearranged. They are going to have to pounce here, as Lions do. But, my word, that is a big blow for Cherry Hill West. They're going to line it up from the 22. Gonzalez has room. Not anymore. He's in trouble, and he's sacked. Gonzalez gets sacked by number 53, Manny Signs. Or no, excuse me, that was number 54, Jalen Lopez. with the assistance of number 95, Tommy Walters. And now West is deep in trouble. I mean, they're going to be back at their at Northern Burlington's 32.
Yeah.
If this were college, you'd attempt a field goal. But in high school, that thinking is a lot more restricted.
Well, I mean, who knows? We've seen the Lions come up with some interesting plays, so
Yeah.
let's not count them out. Let's see, they may do something. Where you go.
Yeah. They're going to try this one, 4th down. Delay of game on the offense, and that's going to set them back even further. It's going to be 4th down and long after delay of game, and that's going to bring up from the 37-yard line, as we just got a hot dog delivery up in the booth. They're giving out lukewarm hot dogs for $1. I didn't get the chance to go to the snack stand. Yeah, they've got like a whole basket of hot dogs. The guy's giving out hot dogs for $1. I love it. I love this stadium already. Gonzalez, he's gonna let it fly.
No way.
Oh! And West is elated. They want a PI call. He was in double coverage, and they really wanted a PI call right there. My word. I mean, I'm not an official, so I can't make a definitive call without making a fool of myself. But from a objective view of somebody who's kind of a football casual when it comes to stuff outside of the NFL and college, I think that was pass interference, but that's not my decision. Man, that hurts for West. Still an excellent game that we've got going on here. And don't forget, it's not over yet. There's 5:30 on the clock. There's still plenty of time for the home side. Here's a handoff up the middle. Gets a couple of yards there for Andrew Reynolds. And they'll set that one up. 2nd down.
After the handoff for Northern Burlington, 2nd and 7.
Borden in the shotgun. Handoff. Up the middle. That was a huge gain there, and that's probably enough for a first. Borden this year has 565 passing yards, 7 TDs, 4 interceptions in his senior year.
After the carry, 3rd
Went
and
31
1
for 68 in his first 3 games of the year. 71 for 143 last year with 867 passing yards. Had 2 TDs versus Shawnee, 4 versus Pemberton, and 1 versus Morristown. So he's got 7 this year, 12 in his career, 10 interceptions, although you can add on to that number tonight. And along with that, 1,973 passing yards, which if my number is right, then that means that Ronnie Borden definitely surpassed 2,000 passing yards during this ball game. Timeout call by the Greyhounds. We're going to take a quick break. 4:03, 7:20 for the visitors. Northern Burlington tried to sneak it across.
15, Ronnie Borden keeps ball for Northern Burlington.
See they call here. They're going to stop the clock. Burlington.
Results in a Northern Burlington first down.
If Northern Burlington wins this one, they would improve to 2-2. Cherry Hill West would fall to a paltry 0-4. Hand off to the right side. All they need is a few more first downs and they're good.
Oh yeah, you practically have the game on your line. That's why, as I said earlier, for West it was very important to get a score there, because if not, now you got to trust your defense to stop them, and then not just that, but you got to go all the way down, and you can't count on a field goal. You got to get a touchdown and then the extra point. So
well, you shouldn't count on a field goal, or else your math is going to be wrong.
Yeah,
So,
it's a tough one here. The defense needs to step up, and this is the time to do so.
Second and 6. Whoa, we got a flag.
Flag on the play.
False start in the offense. Cherry Hill West with pressuring him a little bit, and that one did work. So that's going to be second down and about maybe 11 after the first down gain. That was my phone. I'll grab that in a second. Second and 11. Borden handoff. He's going to get a gain. It's going to be past the 50.
Number 14, Tony Bonacci.
And hold on. Timeout called by West. They have 2 left in regulation. We'll be right back. 2:10. Third and 5 for Northern Burlington. They come back from the timeout. Pitch to the left. And it's going to be stopped. And I think it's going to be a loss as well from the 48.
Goes number 11.
That's going to be fourth down. But now the clock is stopped at 2:04. Timeout called by West. So they have one timeout left, but it's 4 and 5. If you're Northern Burlington, this is kind of like a trolley problem, part of the game, where if you go for the fourth down and you fail, Cherry Hill West has 2 minutes to get the ball down the field and score. But if you make the first down, the game's effectively over because they only have one timeout left, and there's no way you stop that. So
this is the biggest down of the game, right here.
This is the biggest down of the game, and that's why we're staying on the air right now, because this is crucial. These guys are talking it over. They're going to, have everything that they need, but Northern Burlington's run game has only gotten better and better. Their passing game has been good all night, but their run game was a little bit shaky in the first half, and then they just got better and better after each play. So I think they're going to go with a run here, but whether it's successful or not is up to the players in front of us. 4th and 5 from the 48-yard line.
Number 7, Jordan Barrios in punt return position.
Oh,
for West.
they're going to punt.
Oh, wow.
They're going to punt this one away. So they do not go for it, but this is a long punt in at the 10. No fair catch. He's back, and he's tackled inside the 5.
Returns the punt for West.
Oh, my. He should have either called a fair catch or let it go into the end zone. They're going to be at their own 6. They've had big gains before, but they need to get that ball at least outside of the 20 if they do not want to be at the safety risk, you know.
With Gonzalez back there at your helm, you really need to count on him to really look downfield, and you need to give him time. He's too many times tonight. He's been getting chased immediately. The offensive line needs to give him time, and he'll get you down the field. But you really need to give him some time, lessen the pressure on him.
He's coming clutch before. Question is, can he do it again? Cherry Hill West, they have 1 timeout. Northern Burlington has 2 left. 1 minute, 54 seconds in the 4th, 27-20 in favor of the visiting Northern Burlington Greyhounds. Gonzalez lines a pass. It's caught. They're running left to right. He's still on his feet, and finally the whistle is blown. Clock is still running. Clock is accurate right now. You see on the bottom right of your screen what we have in person in front of us. They're setting it up from 2nd and 4 from inside their own 15. Gonzalez, he has time. He's got plenty of time, not anymore. As soon as that hole closed up, it closed up quickly. Like a Venus flytrap. It just went all over. He had all the time in the world, and he was just sitting there in the pocket, and then he had to scramble, and as soon as he had to scramble, those eggs became fried real quick. There's now under a minute, and it's 3rd and 9. I don't know what they got to do here. I mean, they've just got to go for broke.
You got to put everything on the line.
It's exactly what they're doing. Pass is incomplete. It stops the clock, and look at the west sideline. I think they wanted a PI call there. They've got their hands up in the air. They thought that was going to be, man. Well, now what? Now you don't know what you're going to do. There's 36.5 on the clock. They're back on 4th and 10 from their own 8-yard line. They have 1 timeout left, but it doesn't matter because the clock is stopped.
Right.
If they don't convert, game over.
Yeah.
Last chance. He's got room. He's got time. It's picked off. Picked off by the Greyhounds. Number 26, or not, rather number 28, Brent Wallowak. And Northern Burlington is going to come home with a victory on a game-winning interception by the secondary defensive back, Brent Wallowak. Sideline congratulating them. They've got 26.1 on the clock. And that's going to put a rather anticlimactic end to what was otherwise an incredible game.
On YouTube. Just search for Dan Wilkins Broadcasting on YouTube.
There's our shout out right there.
Of tonight's game at any point.
27-20 is how this one's going to end tonight. They'll go into victory formation. Unbelievable. I mean, what did I tell you? This thing was going to be a one-score game until the very end. And it still remained a one-score game. So I was right. Now, we were both wrong in thinking that Cherry Hill West was going to win the game, but, I mean, it was just an incredible game back and forth. And, you know, as these guys meet at the 50, just an unbelievable game. Northern Burlington's going to improve to 2-2, and Cherry Hill West is going to fall to 0-4 in the 2023 campaign. As Cherry Hill West, they do play Seneca tomorrow night, or not tomorrow night, excuse me. They play them next week on the 22nd, and then Northern Burlington plays Hopewell Valley on the 22nd, which is next Friday. But I mean, that was just an incredible game back and forth as these guys talk it over at midfield. We're also going to bring it back to the booth here for one last discussion. But Vince, I was right, but I wasn't right about what team would win. What a game.
I mean, it was incredible. I mean, all through the first half. I mean, it was incredible. One would score, another would score. It was even the first half, all the way through the fourth quarter, or through the third quarter. Going in the end of the fourth quarter, this is where I think where it all came down to it, is that when they Cherry Hill West was on their in the red zone down here, that was their chance. And the only problem was they were getting killed by their penalties, and then also he got sacked as well. So they were practically from the red zone, moved themselves all the way up to by the 50-yard line. So in my opinion, that was where they needed to come through. And with that last drive not happening, that killed all of their momentum, unfortunately, and therefore the 27-20 final.
Yeah, I mean, you know, look, this was an incredible game. You know, nobody was really ever firmly ahead, and even when Northern Burlington was up by 7 in that last run, Cherry Hill West was always knocking on the door. The only problem was that Northern Burlington got the stops when it mattered, they got the sacks when it mattered, they took advantage of the penalties when it mattered, and you could argue that Cherry Hill West's penalties, you know, are their own fault. And yes, that's just a fundamental truth. But what you have to realize is that, you know, these two teams, they played to an 11-point game last year, 22-14, or excuse me, a 8-point game. But still, this was a very close game. And even though Northern Burlington took it home, Cherry Hill West is still going to be trying their best next week versus Seneca and Triton and Morristown and, you know, all the rest that they play throughout the rest of the year. Because, look, they lost 35-0 last week versus Paul Sixth, and they lost badly versus Shawnee in the second week, losing by only 6 to Eastern in week 1. So this is another painful loss for Cherry Hill East. They've had 2 blowouts, and they've had two one-score losses. So going forward, there's going to be a lot of questions about how Cherry Hill West is going to be able to rebound from this and be able to at least have a couple of wins ripped off before the end of the season. Because remember, both of these teams were pretty even last year. Cherry Hill West 5-6, Northern Burlington 4-7, and one of the big highlights of that year was versus Northern Burlington, and this was a great game for us to cover. So thank you to everyone for sticking with us, even though we had technical difficulties during halftime. We were able to fix it. We were able to get it back underway. So, you know, thank you to everybody for tuning in tonight. Player of the game nominations, I say Ronnie Borden.
I mean, I can't say anything different there. He was definitely the one who, you know, was at the helm of all of this. And I mean, you look back at it. I mean, when it gets to it, it's hard to do to pick the player of the game. I mean, you look especially and how close both of these games were, or you know how close this game was. Excuse me. You know, it's pretty hard to do that, and you know, just to see, you know, both these teams came out to play. I don't want anybody to think that Cherry Hill West, you know, they're a bad team. Or, you know, no, they came to play. You know, the calls that were made tonight were incredible on some of their part. You have the West.
Flea flicker, man.
Yeah, the West quarterback as well. You know, Gonzalez came out to play hard. So, I mean, this was this was a great game. You know, both these teams came out and fought, and unfortunately, I mean, you know, for West, you know, they got the short side of it, but, you know, when it comes down to it, Northern Burlington, you know, fought the hardest, and therefore 27-20 final.
Well, that's where we'll wrap it up tonight. Like we were saying, Ronnie Borden, you know, Northern Burlington seemed like they were always improving by the quarter.
Yes.
Their run game was a little bit shaky in the first half. Their passing game was a little bit shaky, but they were always keeping it in tow with how Cherry Hill West was doing. It was kind of like an anything you can do, I can do better kind of scenario. But the run game got even better in the second half, and so did the passing game. And that last interception by number 28, Brett Wallowak, that was the one that really sealed the deal. But Ronnie Borden, he was a great QB. He was an efficient QB. He was able to pass really well from both the pocket and while scrambling. And then he was also a good rushing quarterback as well, and he had really effective handoffs to his guys on the running back front. And if you asked me in the first quarter after he completely missed that snap early on in the game, it looked like he had fallen asleep or something. If you told me that he was going to be the player of the game, I would have called you crazy. But he rebounded, he fought through the adversity, and he was able to rebound in order to give the Greyhounds the win.
Yeah, I mean, it shows that he's a good leader. It shows that, okay, and every team, by the way, they go through at the beginning of the game jitters. Just on the first drive that both teams make, you cannot predict anything off of that first drive. And I learned it not with just the game. It's been with every single game that we've covered this year, even including preseason. You cannot judge how a team's going to play off of that first drive. They're still warming up. They're still getting their legs under them. And I mean, right there, as you saw, the player of the game, we would have never expected that.
Not at all.
To be it. But, he came through, he relaxed, which was the main thing, and there you go. They win.
Well, that's how we're going to wrap it up tonight. From everybody here at Dan Wilkins Broadcasting, our social media coordinator, Anthony DePalma, our graphics crew, Gavin Van Rel and Caleb Lane, our producer, Vincent Vogt, and myself, Dan Wilkins. We will see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pre-game show starts at 10:50 in a Colonial Conference matchup between the Collingswood Panthers and the Overbrook Rams on DWB. From everybody, have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow.